Welcome to iHouse. We are in the Great Hall right now. This is where a lot of, I would say, resident-run events happen. This is kind of the living room of iHouse. First of all, iHouse has over 600 people living here. And this year we have over 94 countries represented. iHouse has an interesting history, right? It's developed over time. It didn't always have this many residents, but I think that what it's really come to stand for today is an inclusive community above all else. And you're quite literally living across the hall from someone that might have been raised across the world from you. And you get to speak with them and learn from them and teach them your own customs as well as engage in their own customs. Hi, my name is Andrea Matescu and I'm a fourth year at UC Berkeley this year and I'm majoring in rhetoric.
Hi, my name is Sanidhya. I'm from Delhi in India and I'm studying the one-year law master's program at Berkeley Law.
Yeah, my name is Esenam and I'm here at Berkeley doing a Master's in Development Practice program with the Goodman School of Public Policy. I'm from Ghana, which is in West Africa.
Hi guys, my name is Lucy Zhu. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I am a journalism student here at UC Berkeley. This is my first semester. It's also my first semester here in International House. I am also a worker here.
Hi, my name is Karina Sampson. I'm a senior this year. I'm studying data science and psychology, and I'm from the Philippines, but I was raised in Japan. I celebrate Christmas in kind of two different ways sometimes. Sometimes we spend it with like the entire extended family in the Philippines. Sometimes it's just my core family in Japan. But I really love spending Christmas in the Philippines because Christmas pretty much starts in July, maybe like September. Like all the Christmas music and decorations are pretty much out like 5 months early because Christmas is such a big deal in the Philippines. And my favorite thing to eat over in the Philippines for Christmas is probably like lechon. It's like this big roasted pig, which kind of seems really scary to people who don't know about it, but it tastes really, really good. And it's kind of like this gives off this big feast centerpiece kind of vibe. So we have that, and we also have like a lot of different Filipino food, but lumpia, pancit, and like all of my favorite desserts like bibingka. And this is actually really interesting because in the International House we recently celebrated like a Filipino kind of Christmas because we hosted like a Filipino Christmas coffee hour event, which happens every like Wednesday. So I got the opportunity to share all my favorite foods with the community here. So in Japan, I would say it would be a little bit more of a low-key celebration compared to in the Philippines, but we try to emulate it like what it would be like in the Philippines and Japan, just because I feel like I identify with my Filipino culture more. And I guess more things I can say about the Noche Buena is that my family, we have like 11 people in my generation. Like my cousins and my siblings were all like 11 total. So it's really a lot of like party games that my uncles and aunts and mom and dad host, and my grandparents just get to sit there and watch us be all really, really hyper. And we stay up until midnight. And before that, we go to like Sunday Mass, Christmas Mass at that point. So we go to church all together, sometimes dressed up in like color coordinated clothes, and it's really cute. And then we stay up until midnight, and then we open presents for every single person all the way up to like who God knows when, because we're such a big family, and it's just such an overwhelmingly positive vibe, I'd say.
And one of the traditions I've brought with me from my family, who is from Romania, is Christmas caroling in the wintertime. Romania is a country that is predominantly Christian Orthodox, and so most of our Christmas carols have to do with the birth of Jesus at the nativity, right? The way that it works is you go and you knock at someone's door and you start singing this Christmas carol. You say "Deschide ușa creștină," which means open the door. And when the person hears that, they open the door. And the tradition is that there's food waiting inside for the Christmas carolers. So once you finish singing your 10, 20 minutes of Christmas carols and you have your jingle bells and the drums and everything, you get to have a very quick meal, but a very good meal of traditional Romanian food before moving on to the next house.
So every year after the Diwali fumes have cleared up in Delhi, there's this one plant that blooms. It's called the Devil's Tree. We call it Saptaparni in Hindi. And it's this very fragrant, strong, sweet smell, and it fills up all Delhi avenues, especially in the southern parts of the city where I'm from. That's walking along those paths is quite the tradition. I think I'll really miss that smell this year. Apart from that, one of my closest friends has a birthday right in the middle of December. So for 5 years of my law undergrad, that was my tradition to end exams and then go party with him. And for the 2 years that we didn't have due to the pandemic, we'd go to his place for a barbecue. That's something else that I'm going to be missing this year.
And during this period, it's usually like a Christmas period because Ghana is like a Christian country. And there are so many festivities. We have people in the diaspora coming back and people in the cities going back to their villages to celebrate Christmas. And one thing that I really enjoy is funny dressing, which is like popular with the people from Takrady. They dress up in funny clothes and it's like trick-or-treating, but they come home to home and asking for presents. Also, Christmas is, for me and my family, is a time where we sing a lot of songs. Most of my family members are choristers, so it's a very busy period for us, especially for me. I'm in the school choir, I'm in the church choir, and I have an external choir. So preparing for concerts for each of these choirs and also coming back home to teach my family like the songs that we learn and then we sing together. And then we spend most of the time in church. So yeah.
And for my favorite winter tradition, I'll say spending more time with friends and family. I love watching movies, especially the movie Elf during the winter period. And ice skating is one of my favorite activities to do with my friends.